Hello and welcome to Three Questions With. I got my friend Scott with us from Basecamp. Hey Scott, welcome to the show.
Well, good morning. Great to be here, Kevin.
So Scott, when we start at the beginning, let's talk a little bit about the Basecamp marketing agency. Tell us what you do.
Basecamp marketing agency. Well, most times when people say Basecamp, why Basecamp? Why Basecamp? Like, where'd you make that up for, right? And it actually there's a long story that I'll shorten down about this short. But I have a great photograph in front of my desk here of Mount Everest. And what I find is, in order to get to Mount Everest, you need to get to base camp. In order to get to base camp, you need a unique team of people. Somebody that knows how to make the tents, somebody knows directions, somebody knows the ropes. And once you have this unique team, you'll make it to base camp. And once you get to base camp, you'll summit and build more business, right? So it's all about getting to base camp. So it's finding the right team members so you can get to base camp so you can summit your business.
So tell us a little bit more about how you help local small business owners there.
Yeah, right. So I've been in this business for a while, and I've done a lot of crazy things, and I've kind of learned over the years that there's certain ways to help people, because right now it's all about helping people, and use my unique ability of what doesn't seem like work to me. And it's marketing and developing a website for small businesses to really succeed. And it can get all complicated about a website. I try to sell the destination, not the seat on the plane. In other words, just like you, a lot of times people are inside the jar and they can't see the label on the outside because it's too deep in the business. So when you go to Scott and his team to create you a simple website that's very affordable to get you in business, start to make you money. We'll create those hooks. We'll create those lines. We'll create, it's almost not about the business owner. It's about the client. It's about the customer. What things do you sell? What are the features and benefits that why you want to do business with me or with your business, right? And a lot of times we overlook that. It's all about we, right? get my point across. But it's really about, like, how can I help you, Kevin?
So for me, Scott, one of the challenging questions I get is I need a website, because price points are all over the place. And a lot of people, when they hear this $5,000 figure, they're like, well, I don't need a website that much, Scott. I can't justify the money based on how much money I'm making. Or in some cases, what I've seen is like, okay, we can build a website. Oh, good. Send me your content. And I personally struggle with writing about myself, because it's trying to find that right tone where I don't come across thinking I'm the greatest networker ever, but I don't come across like, well, I've attended 1 or 2 networking events. It's making it so that you don't read it and go, oh my God, man, Kev seems really pompous in this, in his write-up, or he's, doesn't seem like he's confident in himself. So can you help people with that tone?
Yeah, when the pandemic hit, and I had a great business, and things changed for a lot of people.
Yep.
And it changed for me. It changed for me as well. And during that time, I wrote a few books. One called Camera Focus, as we're all camera focused on the cameras right now. But I found out that I had ability to write and see things differently. And the way to communicate is through words. And a lot of times people write, it's all about them. But when you have somebody from a different perspective, that, I have no judgments on anybody. And it just, I have a different perspective that maybe your customers wouldn't tell you, but I will.
Yep.
And define. So I'm very non-judgmental, with the ability to write a good hook for your business, and able for you to, our websites, by the way, start at $500.
Yep.
$500, basecampmarketingagency.com. I know it's a mouthful. Call Kevin. But it's all about I want to help other businesses. So if I can help 100 businesses with 100 great websites, and like it's $500, great, awesome. Like, I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to make money. And
Sure.
if we can get enough people to do that and have the same mindset and help everybody, I'm all in.
Makes sense. I was lucky, Scott. I have a friend. His name happens to be Scott too.
He's a good
Whenever I
guy.
talk to Scott about anything, he just cuts me off. Hey, hey, what's in it for me, Kev? Kev, what's in it for me? And at first, I used to get angry at him, but he's like, Kev, everyone in the world, when they're looking at what you're saying, that's all the only question they're asking, what's in it for me? Nobody cares you're hosting a networking event tomorrow night. They want to know why they should attend. And he kept just, proverbially speaking, punching me in the head until one day I'm like, I see his point, because there's lots of opportunities to go to networking events, virtually, in person. There's tons. Why me over everyone else? And the more he hit me with that, the better I got about saying this is the advantage of coming to mine versus maybe going someplace else. It's all about what's in it for me, right?
Yeah, I mean, what's in it for me? I mean, otherwise, I not to bring sports into the program here, but Tom Brady was interviewed yesterday on he won the playoff series game last Sunday. When you're watching this, it's Monday morning here. And Tom Brady was interviewed, and he says, we just have to do better for the next playoff game. And you know what? Nobody else cares about anybody but us. You just got to do better for you.
Yep.
Kind of paraphrase what he said, but
Yep, right.
the key word is nobody else cares.
Yep.
Like you have to care about yourself and help other people, and then that's it. And
that's the key. Just helping other people. Really is that simple at the end of the day. As long as I'm going out and helping people, they're going to talk about me and I'm going to grow my business and stuff. Now, just want to close on one thing, because you mentioned it, and I just want to make sure people heard this. The website's only started at $500.
Yeah,
that's
$500. A lot of people say, how do you do that, Scott? I've seen your websites. Actually, Kevin, believe it or not, I was talking to somebody yesterday. I was explaining to her my new business concept of trying to help people with websites, and she goes, "Wow, that's great. Who are the other investors? Do you get any capital investors into the company?" I'm like, capital investors? I've already done that, been there. I said, no, this is just me. She goes, what?
Yeah.
And she knows me from building amazing websites and marketing. And I was in the photography industry, but honestly, it wasn't really about photography. It was about marketing. And that's why I got so much extraordinary business was my websites. And so I just have the ability to create a very good website with a good hook. And I've just done so much research on it. Also, what's really good is I've scaled it down to a really simple process and how we prospect and how I find people to keep it very organized, right? So I'm not just grabbing Kevin, putting a website on there. I have a whole dashboard of all our clients to keep track of everybody, and it can easily enter anybody's website, edit, control it, make some quick changes that it would take a lot of work for other people to do. So I've scaled it down to something really simple.
Nice. So Scott, what's the best way for people to reach out to you? How can they learn more?
Yeah, if you can Basecamp marketingagency.com, or simply my first name, last name at gmail.com. Scott Proposki at gmail.com.
Awesome. Scott, I really appreciate you taking a couple minutes to join us on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.